7-1 Upper Scioto Valley playing at 6-2 Hardin Northern. Upper Scioto Valley coach Dustin Price says they know who they need to stop.
They got the league's leading rusher and Nolan Hobson, and he's racked up a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, so he's definitely going to be someone we're going to try to slow down. We know we can't stop him, but try to slow him down, limit the big play.
Over to Mercer County. Minster is 7-1. Tonight they're at 8-0 Marion Local. Minster coach Seth Whiting.
Obviously they are elite in all three phases of the game. They're excellent on defense. They're outstanding in the special teams game, which I think people don't talk about enough, how scary they are in special teams game. And then obviously offensively they are always very sound, but they have more weapons than usual.
Down to Dark County. Saturday, Preble Shawnee 8-0 will be at 7-1 Ansonia. Shawnee coach Dave Maddox says they'll need to slow down Ansonia's rushing attack.
Both teams are very physical football teams. Both teams have a lot to play for, so it should be a good matchup. Ansonia has a very good running game, and defensively we are very excited to face the challenges that come with that.
Next to Clark County, 8-0 London will be at 7-1 Kenton Ridge. London coach Kyle Cutler.
They're a very well-coached team. I think Coach Daniel's one of the best coaches in the state of Ohio. They have a plan. They know what they want to do. They play hard. They try to execute at all costs. So we got our hands full there. I just really like our team, our humility, and how hard our guys work. So it should be a very good game.
Some really good ones in the Cincinnati area tonight. Indian Hill 7-1 will play host to 8-0 Wyoming. Meanwhile, a matchup between unbeatens as Anderson hosts Winton Woods. Anderson coach Evan Dreyer says with so much on the line, they'll need to find a way against an awesome Winton Woods defense.
This is an unbelievable matchup, playing against a great defense and an offense that is super explosive. So this is exciting for us. We're excited to have a great opponent in Week 9, playing for a league championship. Their defense has scored more points than their opponents have against them.
Another good one as Harvest Prep 6-1 travels from Canal Winchester down to Cincinnati LaSalle, who's 6-2. Harvest Prep coach Milan Smith knows his schedule has been a gauntlet and says it's no different this week at LaSalle.
We look forward to every week to these types of games and these types of competitions. LaSalle's very well coached, very disciplined. They have a tremendous culture and tremendous success in that program.
Always a great cross-state matchup Saturday afternoon as Lakewood St. Edward 5-3 plays at 7-1 Cincinnati Moeller. Moeller coach Bert Bethiani knows this is big time.
We're looking forward to playing them. I think they're looking forward to playing us, and they provide a lot of challenges. They're going to be extremely well coached. They're going to give great effort. They're going to be good in every aspect of the football game on offense, defense, and special teams.
Couple of good ones in southern Ohio, Gallia County. Beaver Eastern looks to improve to 9-0. They play at 5-2 South Gallia. Meanwhile, a good one in Ross County, Unioto hosts Paint Valley. Both are 7-1. Unioto coach Matt Hoops says this is not your typical Paint Valley football team.
They've always been able to run the football really well, but this year they're throwing it a little bit better than maybe they have in the past. So a really dynamic offense that we have to be ready for, and it's going to take our best effort to be able to give ourselves a chance to win.
And as we continue getting you ready for your game broadcast, we'll be back to wrap up this week's edition of the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football next on the Ohio News Network.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Trevor Stearns from Parkway High School, for his commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
Going to school, you're stressing out so much about tests and worried about getting good grades. But cross country is just like that sense of relaxation to me. Going out and just running makes me feel like I'm just doing everything good.
Trevor gets that same joy when he's back home and working outdoors.
Farming in general is it's just a happy place for almost everyone. Every kid wants to grow up and live on a big farm, and that's what most kids around here are doing.
He understands the impact that goes along with that lifestyle.
I think farmers have one of the hardest jobs to do because they have to provide food for the nation. It's just farmers are the thing that are keeping almost America going.
At Bex, we are and will remain farmers at heart.
This is ONN.
And that'll put a wrap on Week 9 of tonight in high school football. As always, wherever your team's in action, hopefully they're going to come out on top. For Brian Mays, I'm Skip Mossick. Enjoy your game broadcast. This is the Ohio News Network.
This has been the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Football. Presented by Beck's Hybrids and by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. A reminder, you can listen to many of our affiliate broadcasts from across the state at onnradio.com from the Ohio News Network.
It's time for Vinton County Viking football on Pure Rock 98.7 WYRO. Coverage of tonight's game is brought to you by Red Roof Inn, Zen Brothers Automotive, Buckeye Construction and Restoration, Matheny Small Engine Repair, the Jenkins Care Community, Iron City Implement, Hammond Hardware, Vinton County Health Department creating healthy communities, Caudle Chipping, All Ohio Hair, Skin, and Nails, Holzer Health System, Belicio Foods, Leala Lanes of Wellston, and Dave's Custom Butchering. Coverage is also brought to you tonight by Dakotas of Jackson, Campbell's Market, Dodrell Realty, Southern Ohio Adventures Recreation, Virgil Hamilton Nationwide Insurance, L&S Drive-Thru, Zimmerman's AJ's Towing, Dave Strickland State Farm Insurance, Monroe Collision has the collision of the game, Ramey's Homes and Automotive Groups, Vinton County National Bank, Pony Power Sports of Jackson, Jackson County Health Department Search Program, Booth Realty and Insurance Agency, Mullins Pizza, Gas and Stuff, Ohio Valley Bank, and Lockard Insurance. And now, let's go live for the call. It's time for Vinton County Viking football.
All right, Bob Miller, Jeff Thacker here. We had some technical difficulties back at the station, and we're trying to work through those, but don't really know why, but we did. But here we are. It's a 0-0 score. It's 5:58 to go in the first quarter, and Jeff, it's been a defensive battle. The big surprise was Hunter Hoyt opened the game at fullback.
Yeah, and carried the ball a couple times.
Yes, he did. And the Vikings had a stop on a 4th and 2. Nelsonville's had some good chunks of yardage, but Vinton has stopped them when they needed to.
Yep, Vikings stopped them on a 4th and 3. They only got about a yard, so they did get that stop. So Nelsonville has the ball now, 2nd and 1 on their own 30-yard line.
Some stations were on, we weren't for whatever reason, but we're on now. So this is a big game, has TVC Ohio implications. There's a handoff. Quarterback's the
first pass attempt.
6'2".
Oh, he's wide open.
Wide open receiver. He's going
to score.
No question. That was a nice play. There's a block in the back. Oh, what a bad decision by Nelsonville. What a bad decision. He didn't have to do that.
Didn't have to do that. So that's going to take the points off the board for Nelsonville. Very, very bad decision for the Nelsonville
Great
player.
pass by Cameron Sullivan. And, if you're the receiver on that, you just got to be upset. I mean, why? Why did you do that?
There was no reason. No one was going to get near him, and yet he blocked him in the back.
Oh, this excitement is kind of turned into, who is the bigger rival? Is it Wilson? Is it Nelsonville? Are we all equal? What is it?
Well, and the other thing, too, and we all tend to forget this, we're talking about 16, 17-year-old kids out there. They're not adults.
So far, Cooper Havers had a really nice job punting the ball. First one almost got blocked, but he still got it off, and that second one was really good. Cameron Sullivan really doing a good job throwing that football. I think that was to Austin Gaudier, who I believe his father played here.
So we take the points off the board.
It's never good if you're a head coach for another team. You want to get particularly on the road, Jeff.
Yes. So 1st and 10, Nelsonville at the Viking 20.
And a nice run by the quarterback, and they had him in the backfield, Jeff. And
that was number 10.
That was number 10, Austin Gaudier.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 5. No score. Late first quarter. Again, we apologize for some technical difficulties that we will definitely address.
Anyway, Jeff, Nelsonville and Vinton have been unbelievably great games and close games.
Yes, they have.
For years. Well, quarterback is back there. That's Sullivan. And he hands the ball off. That is number 14, Landon Inman. And he's a big back, as Marcus said. He's only 6 foot 160, but he's solid. They got a lot of, they just keep bringing guys.
Yes, they do. And they've got a large number out again this year, Bob.
Inman's a senior.
So that makes it 1st and goal.
Yeah. could have had a score, but it got wiped off by a clip. And there goes Sullivan. And excuse me, that was a direct snap to Inman, Jeff.
Yes, that was Inman. Thacker on the tackle.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 8. 4 minutes ago, no score first quarter. Nelsonville did score, but it got taken off the board.
So 2nd and goal from the 6. Signals being sent in from the sidelines, Bob, for Nelsonville.
Pretty nice night for football, Jeff.
Yes,
High
it is.
formation. Marcus said they like to go to that, and they give it to the second back through. And a beautiful tackle. Right there's a big hit of the game so far. And that was, guess who? Brandon Madison. He gave a great interview, Jeff.
He did.
An environmental scientist and worked for the EPA. Just a really great kid.
All those kids did a great job the other night. And a reminder on our coaches show, we will finish up interviewing the rest of the seniors next Wednesday.
There'll be 5 of them. We're going to also have the boys and girls golf coach, a player maybe from each team, and Coach K to talk about the district team. We'll have a lot of action. High formation. And
He's going to throw it again.
Back to pass. Got a wide open receiver, and it's going to be a score.
Yep, there's a score.
And that pass went to Keegan Thompson, I believe, number 28.
So that puts Nelsonville up 6-0.
Nelsonville's got a little bit of size, too, Jeff.
They do. I looked. There's a bunch of 200 pluses on there.
Well,
and they're young.
They got Bean Martin, whose dad, Eric Martin, was the head girls basketball coach at hockey, and has been a couple places at Millersport now.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Martin's a good dude. And so they're going to have a straight-on carry, Jeff.
Looks like it.
Down, and this kick is good, and Nelsonville leads at the 3-minute mark of the first quarter, 7-0. Jeff, since we had quite a few commercials, we're going to stay right here because...
yeah, we'll do our first commercial at the end of the quarter.
Right. So, Jeff, when you talk about our show, it's been sponsored by Cottle Shipping, what the plans are for after football.
Well, it sounds like, at least right at this moment, we're going to take a little break, and then hopefully we'll have be back to do basketball interviews with both the boys and the girls coaches. We've talked with the girls coach just a moment ago, trying to arrange schedules and all that. You know, practices are going on and that. So we'll figure it out. I'm almost positive that the shows will still be from 6:30 to 7:30, and we'll start publishing it and announcing it on Facebook as soon as we know when we're going to start back up.
We'll also have interviews with wrestlers and wrestling coaches and the other sports that happen in the wintertime. I think those are the 3, I think.
I think so.
The volleyball team ended a good season, and cross country's still going. Golf is done, but had a great season, both boys and girls. And tennis is finished.
Yes.
So they'll kick off now. This will be number 44 kicking off for that'll be Logan Meek. Back for the Vikings. Vikings had a good opening kick. And it's a squibber.
Kind of a squibber.
Squibber this time. And picking it up is Hayburn. Night Train.
He's got the corner.
Oh, he's got some room. Hayburn breaks over the 50. He's ridden down. There should be a flag there.
And there's not one. There's 3. It's the trifecta.
I think everybody saw that one.
Yeah, if you didn't call that one, there was something seriously wrong right there.
People are going to go. Marcus does a good job defusing some excitement among the Vikings there as he got thrown down. He just got whipped down.
Yes, he did.
And everybody saw that one. I don't know if the guy meant to have that dirty hit. I just think he was bringing him down.
Well, he was trying to bring him down for 10 yards, so he's probably frustrated.
Yeah. You know, I'll tell you what, Jeff, you can get on whatever train you want politically, but I'm on the Lane train.
There you go. There you go.
Speaking of the Lane train, the Guardians, Lane Thomas, a big homer.
Oh, absolutely.
Big homer. Big Christmas. I mean, just what an unbelievable, maybe the best baseball game ever played last night.
And they're playing
8 o'clock tonight.
Tonight? Oh, my. You got something we can...
I'm sure
I thought probably you would, yes. So that's going to be 15 yards additional to
big break
the
for
run.
the Vikings right there, and a nice return by Hayburn. You know what I do right now? I give Hayburn the ball again because he's cheesed. Thacker's playing tight ends. Lucas White's next to him. You got Bowen Ward next to him. The center is Channel. The other guard is that's Dimmel.
That's Dimmel, I was
on the
going
other
to say.
side, I'll get that. That's Ramsey.
Yes.
Quarterback is Jace Moore. Jace gets a high snap. He's going to take it out of there and maybe gain 1 or 2 back to the line. Moore is, you're playing 10th game of the year, and this is a kid who's made very few mistakes all year, Jeff. Been very consistent, very high percentage passing. You're not a sophomore anymore. You're a junior.
No.
He's having an injury in the field, and it looks like Jacob.
It's Jacob. He got hit in the
He
back of his
waved
leg.
off. He
Did
said-
you see? Yeah, yeah.
He's got.
There's a Tom Reed player. Rub some dirt on it and let's roll.
They're gonna take him on.
They're going to make him leave for a second.
That was like you when you get a finger cut playing the guitar, Jeff. No one's going to keep you out.
Yeah, it's just a cramp.
They threw you in the mosh pit. You got back.
That's it. That's it. Yeah, a guy just hit him in the back of his leg. I saw it as he's coming down, and he'll be fine.
I'll tell you, Jeff. Vikings here have had a really good year, Jeff. They're 3-1 in the conference. A win today, and maybe a Nelsonville upset of Athens. You're tied for the Coke Championship.
Yes, you are.
Wilson, you got a big game for Wilson too, of course. There's a pass out in the flat. Moore gets it out in the flat. Nice cut, nice move by the Viking receiver, and he gets the ball down to the.
That's going to be a first down.
I believe it is. I don't know.
Was that Montgomery?
They're moving. Yeah, that was Montgomery.
Okay.
So that was Montgomery, right, boys? Oh, that was Madison.
Was it? Okay.
Well, he's got a good set of receivers.
They do.
They really do. And they spread the ball around. So the Vikings, that was a nice pass by Moore. He had to throw that across field. So the Vikings have Madison split to the right. And there's a handoff. That is Moore. That's Habern.
That's Habern, yeah.
Vikings split out. The wide receivers are Madison, Montgomery. And Moore comes over to get the play. Vikings have come a long way since the beginning of the year, and they were struggling to get these in. 1:31 first quarter, scores 7-0. Nelsonville, Bob Goodlow, Jeff Thacker, Tim McManus, Slug Harold, here on 98.7 WYRO, and Randy Hogan.
Got to get Randy in there.
Yeah.
He takes care of it.
Brett Jones helped us today.
Yes, he did.
And the Vikings roll.
Oh, he's in big trouble. He got away.
He paid a heavy price for that.
Nelsonville player looking for a hold.
Yeah, they got those Browns colors. The Browns get holds, but
Yeah, they also get offsides on a kicker, so I don't know how you ever do
too many men in the field, 2 plays in a row. So we got fans yelling at Randy, saying hi, Randy.
There we go.
AJ Milliken sends Randy a shout out.
Randy is the man.
He is.
So 3rd and 6.
Lester's also in the slot, Jeff. And Moore's going to take it.
He's not going to have time to do anything.
Vikings will go for it here. They're out of field goal range. I don't think they'll try that, Jeff.
That's going to make it 4th and about 10. So he lost 4. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. So at the end of 1, am I right?
Yes, and one is 7-0 Nelsonville.
We'll be back in 60 seconds.
I guess we'll stay here, Jeff. We'll stay here at the end of
So far.
7-0. I think there's plenty of commercials on those first 5 minutes, so we'll be okay. I've got a couple scores from Nate Lamb, and Nate, I'm sure, will keep me updated on the Guardians because he's his biggest fan, if not bigger than me. There's a score. Athens leads River Valley 28-0 in the first.
Transitioning from being a Marine to a civilian was very hard. I lost my purpose. I lost the drive that I had. That is a very dark and lonely place to be. It took me surrendering to myself to get the help that I needed. At my very first Wounded Warrior Project event, I met Ray Pizarro. He told me you need to have the courage to forgive yourself for the things you've done in the past. I got it tattooed on my hand. One night, my depression kept telling me, we can end this. And just before I was about to pull the trigger, I looked down at my hand, and that's what saved my life that night. That was the beginning of my incredible journey with the Wounded Warrior Project.
See how we help warriors combat stigma at woundedwarriorproject.org/combat stigma.
We're back, and we're having troubles with the station, but we'll get that squared away. Fourth down. Vikings are going to be a more pass.
Intercept. Oh.
That would have been 6, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
So the Vikings will turn the ball over at the 11:56 mark of the second quarter, trailing 7-0. And got a couple other scores. Jeff Jackson leads Hillsborough 21-0 at the end of one. Jackson's starting to click.
Yes, they are.
And the Vikings will need to get a stop here of Nelsonville, Jeff.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for them at the 23.
Senior night for the Vikings, and we are interviewing them all on our show on Wednesdays. We did 5 the other day. We'll get the other 5
this week.
I formation, familiar with Nelsonville. Goes back.
He's going to throw it again.
Sullivan's a big guy, Jeff, and there's a bullet down the field. And,
oh my, he just turned him the wrong way, or that was a touchdown.
That was another touchdown. That was again intended to Inman. And Vikings' young defensive backs have matured during the season, but this guy right here has the best arm that we've seen this year.
Oh, I think so, yes.
Well, Uniota's was pretty good.
Yeah. Really, River Valley's quarterback's got a fair arm.
Yes, he was. We have not seen Wellston, who we understand is also very good. I formation, handoff. And it goes to the second back through. They're getting some chunks of yardage
yes,
right
they
there.
are. That's a first down from that carry.
That was Gaudier, who is a junior, I believe. So they're going to be pretty good next year, Jeff. Sophomore quarterback. You got Gaudier back. You're going to be pretty darn good.
Yep, they are. They're pretty young.
So it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line for the Buckeyes. Vikings on the other side of the field. They got Cooper is in playing defensive back. And there's a handoff. That was Dakota Cunningham, a junior, carrying the ball, fullback. Just looking over the roster, there's usually a Fox on there, an Elliott. There's an Elliott.
I was going to say there has to be at least an Elliott.
Usually a Bookman. There's a Bookman.
There you go.
No Fox.
No Fox?
No Fox.
Huh.
Rusty Richards did a great job with that football team. I formation. And
big hole.
Big hole. And
he just runs, for a little guy, he just runs over people.
Austin Gaudier. Jeff, Nelsonville's only had like 4 head coaches in their career, and that's an impressive thing. I mean, they just, a lot of them are related, but 4 head coaches is something that shows what solidarity, it's
right.
No change, it's good. And in fact, a quarterback
coming his side this time.
Yeah, they're getting some unbelievable yardage.
Yes, they are.
And there's going to be a hold that'll come back.
Yeah, that'll come back.
That was Walker Stone. And I believe his mom and dad are military people and have helped several of our kids go on to like academies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Very good people. Well, there'll be a hold.
People talk about, and this is unsolicited, but people talk about all the big programs and this, that, and the other. There's some very, very good people in these little local programs.
It really is. It really is. And Nelsonville's one of them.
Yes, they are.
And they got a great wrestling program. As Marcus said, you got a lot of these wrestlers on the line and low wins, and that's what you do in wrestling.
Exactly right.
And there's going to be the handoff.
Second back.
They're going to give Stone the ball again in the same
he may
result,
go.
except he just breaks about 4 tackles. He's down to the 20, takes it down to the 18. And too many defensive backs making tackles. That's like Thacker's 3rd one deep in the secondary, and that's not a good sign, Jeff.
No, it's not. Yeah, you don't normally want your DBs making a lot of tackles.
And I think if you watch the Cleveland Browns, they do a lot of that.
Yes, they do. I saw some more trade rumors for the sellout for the Browns, so we'll see how that works out.
You think they'll be able to build a dome stadium with as bad as they are and all the problems they're having?
Well, I said the other day, okay, they can build it, but who's going to go?
Yeah.
You know, they may have a huge crowd for the first game, and then it's total disappointment like it has been for your and my lives.
Vikings call a timeout on the field.
Did somebody find money? Hey, come in here.
So we have somebody that's looking for money, and
that could be us.
I think Jeff, you could give him an interest loan there, can't you? That's what you do, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, not really that much anymore. I deal with car dealers all the time these days.
I go get a loan. You make me pay.
I can take care of you. Yeah.
All right.
I still have some clientele other than car dealers. You would think I would after 28 years.
You would think so.
28 years Monday, starting on year 29.
We'll be hitting year, I think, 43, Jeff, February 9th.
Mm-hmm. Well,
where did it go?
We've done this more than I've worked for the bank, 35 years.
35 years, yeah.
I said that to someone, and they're like, "You do?" I'm like, "Yeah."
It's been a joy.
It has been. It's been a lot of fun. We went through some additional people over the years, but it's still you and I, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He's going to throw it. Got him.
Sullivan's got a receiver open and just overthrows him. And the receiver's saying he was held. That was Landon Inman saying he was held.
Yeah, it actually had two receivers. He had one in the corner of the end zone open, and he chose to throw it to this one and looked a little long. So that makes it second. No, I can't tell. The referee's in the way.
Second and about 9, Jeff. Second and 10. Second and 10. Tell you what, their quarterback has good size, Cameron.
Yes, he does.
6'2" and 220. That's what Marcus said. Just a sophomore. They seem to find those guys.
Yes, they do.
And there's
second back.
Yeah, they're just getting some nice blocking up front. Oh,
that's a horse collar.
That's got to be a horse collar
or a face mask, one or the other.
And there's like that was just. I mean, I hope he's okay. I mean, they just got his neck just yanked.
It's probably going to be offset because there was a hold as well. So that's probably going to just replay the down.
That was like the most brutal face mask I've ever seen.
I haven't seen that one in a long time. And I'm sure it wasn't intentional.
It was unintentional.
Absolutely not intentional.
What do you think of the guy spitting in the game the other day?
I saw that.
That's just.
I saw that.
I haven't seen that since there was a baseball player did that to an umpire many years ago, but that's just uncalled for. There's a face mask. Declined.
And that's declined. What? They only called
They took the play, so they only called. Now they're coming back the other way.
Yeah, here comes the hold. So it's going to be right back to 2nd and 10, or really 2nd and 9, I guess.
Been a lot of flags so far, but they've all been good calls.
They've all been legit. That's right.
All been legit.
What about and we can talk about this later, but what about the seldom used penalty with 12 people on the field that's now not there now?
Unbelievable coaching move. It was an unbelievable coaching move. A man that studied every aspect of the playbook, or the rule book.
Same play, same side.
Just following his blockers well, but there's a nice tackle over there by the Vikings. Who was that, Jeff? Oh, that was Haber, and that was getting down Gaudier from behind.
So give him a gain of about 3, going to make it 3rd, and give him 2, make it 3rd and 8.
Pretty confident Gaudier's dad played here.
I think you're right.
Ran into him every once in a while. Big coaching staff. Vikings coaching staff's done a great job this year. Garth Fry, defensive coordinator. You got the co-offensive play callers, and Antonio Mendez and Andy Long, Marcus Games, head coach. We'll try to get everybody on here. Coach Phillips, defensive coach. A 3rd and 10.
And quarterback going the opposite way.
Going to keep it. He just bulls guys over, Jeff.
That's first down.
He's still going. He gets it down to the 2, maybe the 1.
That's like about the 1, yeah.
Yeah, he got hit at the 22 and just wouldn't go down.
That's one of those tackled by a host of Vikings.
Well,
So that's going to make it 1st and goal for Nelsonville. I can't see the time on the clock, Bob.
Time is 8:41 to go, Def. Second quarter, Vikings trail 7-0. Ball is at 1st and goal from the 2. Quarterback's going to keep it around the end.
Go right.
Oh, my. Vikings get a stop right there.
Yeah, he got hammered.
That was once again, I know it'll shock you, that was Haber.
That was Haber again, yes. Shot the gap.
Haber's a guy, if he wanted to, could definitely play somewhere. I really think a lot of these guys ought to look into the RIO program, Jeff. And
we mentioned it to a few of them, and
most of them they're thinking as well. They're in the great welding program we have, and they just want to get in the workforce.
Yep,
something going
just
on.
want to get into it.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. They'll make nice money being a welder.
Yes, sir. And there's the handoff, and again, he's going to walk in. That was
untouched.
That was number.
That was 10.
That was Gaudier again. So it's now 13-0, 7:54 mark of the second. So they'll try another extra point. This will be. They've always had a pretty good kicking game over there.
Yes, they have.
Another
straight-on kicker, though. We haven't seen that for a while.
Don Cockcroft action.
Yeah.
And it's good.
It's all gone.
It's good, so it makes it 14-0 at the 7:54 mark of
the second quarter.
So Jeff, next week the team will go to Wellston. You and I will not be there for that game.
Well, we won't be broadcasting. We might be there.
Yeah,
but
we will not be broadcasting, yes. And that will be Wellston crew will do that one, the best we know as of right now.
Yes. If something changes, we'll definitely post it on Facebook so everybody knows. But as of right now, that's how it's going to work.
Yeah. I don't know. I appreciate Total Media's. They're really done a great job, Jeff, of getting high school sports on at every school.
I forget they have a whole lot of stations now.
Yeah, they do.
And we're not just doing Wellston, Jackson, Oak Hill, and
they're great.
Vinton County anymore. We're doing a ton of games.
They're great. They're great.
They have done a great job. We appreciate all of them.
The Vikings need to make a drive and get a score here, Jeff, because Vikings, if I'm not mistaken, they received to start the game, right? So Nelsonville will get the ball to start the second half. So you got to get something going here.
Got to go now. That's true.
Browns-Bengals this week, Jeff.
It is. Burrows never beat the Browns in Cleveland, so we can hope for a miracle.
Pretty confident this might be the year. God, I love the Browns, but gosh, they can just...
Oh, they drive you insane.
They tear your hearts and guts out, run over them, and chew them up.
Yeah, and then come back and run over them again.
Yeah. And there's the ball taken by... Oh, the Vikings
He's going to go.
Through. The Vikings get through. What a nice return. The Vikings have done a good job in that all year.
They have.
It's hard to see the number there.
Wait a minute.
That was Madison.
That's Madison,
player of the game so far. I remember Madison's first game. We go over to Nelsonville playing at Folly Field, and he's my quarterback. Scared to death. He did a nice job, though.
So as you said earlier, nice interview. He did a great. The guy, all the seniors Wednesday night did a great job.
Very well spoken. Every kid we've interviewed, Jeff, has been top notch.
Yes, they have.
So the Vikings will have the ball just inside Buckeye territory on the 49. 7:48 to go, second quarter. Vikings. Oh, they called that extra point no good.
Oh, okay. So it's 13-0.
Is that right? They called the extra point no good? Well, it looked good. So, and here's going to be a...
Oh, my. Again, in the backfield.
Habern's going to get hit for a big loss, and a good move by Haber to go down. It would have been a bigger loss. That's an 11-yard loss by Lane Haber.
And a class move by the Nelsonville guys just touching him since he was already down.
Even in the one play earlier, Jeff, on the touchdown that got called back by Nelsonville when he clipped the guy in the back, that guy... he drilled him in the back, and he helped him up.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
Yep, absolutely.
Richards runs a class program over there. Rusty does. So the Vikings, as does Marcus here. Marcus done a good job getting his kids in for interviews and things, Jeff.
Yes, he's done a great job. He's been a lot of fun to interview, too.
And there's a handoff to Habern. Habern goes to that's that little counter play.
That's that little counter that you like so well.
5, yeah.
That's going to make it...
Second and 16.
Third and 16.
Third and 16 from the 30, their own 39. They were at the 49-yard line of Nelsonville. They trail 13-0. Bob Grillo, Jeff Thacker, Lugs Harold, Tim McManus, and Randy Hoagland.
Tim Harold, I didn't know who that was.
No, Tim McManus. Tim McManus.
Lugs McManus and Tim Harold. That ought to work out.
We'll talk about the potential playoff scenario for the Vikings here in a minute. And Moore's going to come.
Oh, he's got all kind of room.
He does, but they closed
They closed
quickly.
it fast.
And
that's going to make it 4th and about 7.
You got to punt here. You got to.
Well, I would think
so. You got to pin him. Possible playoff scenario, they win 2 games, Jeff. They would probably play, Marcus thinks, Logan Elm. 1 game of the last 2 might get him in. They'd probably have to go to St. Clairsville or St. Clairsville or Indian Creek, who we played many years ago.
You and I have been to Indian Creek.
Yes, and the Vikings are like offsides on this. They're not punting. Yes, are they punting?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're punting.
They are? Yeah, they are.
No,
it's a fake.
It's a fake, and they get the ball out, and the fake
didn't fake anybody.
The fake did not fool anyone, and I'll tell you what, Nelsonville is hitting. Landon Inman just drilled. That was
Who was that on the run?
Was
21,
Tully, I believe. I think that was Tully. Was that right? Tully was the receiver.
21, yeah, 5 to
Tully.
21.
So,
well, go in the playbook and mark a big line through that one. It didn't work.
no, Vikings, that's the second fake punt that has not worked for them this year.
Viking defense been on the field a long time, Bob.
Yes, it has, and they trail 13-0. They got to get a stop here because Nelson was going to get this ball back and start the next half.
Now we're blowing a whistle.
I think the one ref just wasn't ready.
I think he was out of position.
He wanted to get back in position. And he's back in position, Jeff.
Now we can play.
And
he's going to throw the ball.
Nice.
He's got him wide open if he can get it to him. He did.
He did. And there's going to be another touchdown for Nelsonville. That was number 14.
Did he get in? No, he stepped out.
Are you kidding me?
No, he pushed him out.
Inman, did you just hand him the ball? He deserves a touchdown.
Yeah.
That was a nice pass. I'll tell you what made that play. Great fake by Sullivan to 2 backs. And just a perfect strike.
Man, he leads those receivers well, doesn't he?
He does.
Mercy, and just lets them run under the football.
He's the best QB we've seen all year, I think.
Yes.
He's pretty good. So a 1st and goal for the Buckeyes, and they lead 13-0. They'll definitely be heading to the playoffs somewhere, and they are gearing up for an Athens game next week, right?
That will be the big one in the TVC next week for sure.
I don't see where you can watch Nelsonville can't do it.
I think that game's at Athens, too, is it not?
Not sure.
I formation again.
Yeah, I'd say you're going to see Gaudier here. Gaudier. I'm sorry if we're pronouncing that wrong. Oh, quarterback
sneak.
And he's in.
No, he's
no
not.
Signal yet.
He's not in.
Well, he should be.
He's down at the 1.
And there's the signal. Little
delay.
Little delayed.
They're going to keep us in suspense. We got to wait till the referee gets in position, and now they want to keep us in a little suspense.
19-0 at the 5:24 mark of the second quarter, Jeff. So Vikings got to get on their horse soon.
Yeah, this is the one thing that the Vikings couldn't afford, and that's to get down big early.
Yes.
We have 19 total yards, Bob.
19 total yards and almost 17 minutes.
And they have 267.
And was that kick good? No good again. Boy, it looks good to me. My eyesight, I just got to check. But
we've got a bad angle.
19-0. Nelsonville leads with 5:24 to go in the second quarter. Bob Grillo, Jeff Thacker, Tim McManus, Lugs Harold here on 98.7 WYRO.
And Randy Hoagland.
And Randy.
Don't forget Randy.
Yes, Randy's great.
So let's go back to the rule that is now, or the rule that wasn't that now is. I mean, how do you justify taking it out after it's been used?
Well, it was in law.
I mean, it's there.
I'll just tell you, in law they call that ex post facto. You can't make something illegal that was legal at the time. So the play was legal at the time to do that, but then you can do it later, but they can't go back and penalize for something that was legal. It was unbelievably good coaching.
Oh, absolutely so. I mean, everybody was kind of looking at each other. I know I was looking at the TV going, what the heck? So
I get a thank you for bringing up the legendary Don Cockcroft. There's many other ones that went to Lou the Toe Grows.
Lou the Toe. Don't forget Lou the Toe.
You the Toe.
Who's the one who kicked for the Raiders that kicked straight on? Always had a strap on his foot.
I don't know. Tom Dempsey kicked straight on, longest field goal for a long time.
Yeah. I can't remember who this guy was.
For the Raiders. Oh, that was George Blanda.
Yeah, there we go. George Blanda.
Yeah. Oh, a little squibber,
Jeff. We're going to do this again.
And the Vikings got that, so they'll again have good field position.
Yeah.
But they got to go forward.
Yeah. How about the?
That was Gregory.
Since we're talking about college stuff every once in a while, how about the hammered kick that hits the up man and then recovered by the Ducks?
I didn't see that one.
I did. That was brilliant.
You know, I still think Ohio State's one of the 4 best teams in the country.
Oh, I agree. And, do you remember the year, because we kept saying, I forget who was coaching at the time, the front line for the Vikings would always, right before the ball was kicked, they'd always turn their backs and run backwards. And I said, why doesn't somebody kick it at them and hit them in the back?
Yeah.
And they did. Remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that. Well, the Vikings trailing 19-0. It's been all Nelsonville.
Yes, it has.
5:24 to go second quarter. Vikings got to get a first down or two. They're going to shift. They're going to do a shift here.
They got to get more than 19 yards.
And
motion man.
Handoff. That's Hayburn. Hayburn.
They are keying on Hayburn.
Not able. He normally could get out there and cut up, Jeff. They're just
there.
Defensive ends are doing a great job stringing it. Brennan Tomlin, a great job right there on defense. And Walker Stone, who's had a good job on offense, he was there to finish them up. They're pretty good size up front, Jeff.
They are.
Jaron Layton, pretty good size, number 73. Caleb Layton, probably brothers.
Well, and they get to the ball. They swarm to the football.
Yes, they do. And there's a handoff, and that is Lester. And
the line is moving no one at this point.
And our line's a big line.
Yeah, and we got a big line, but we're not moving a soul right this minute. Makes it still 3rd and 9. Vikings trail 19-0 late first half.
So the Vikings will have a 3rd and 9, and they'll be forced probably to go the air, Jeff. We'll see.
Twins far side, singles near side.
More.
And he is going to try to throw it.
And he throws it.
And he dropped it.
And it was intended for Hayburn. And I don't know, 4th down, I think you got a punt here.
Oh, we're about to see.
We thought that last time. We did a fake.
Doesn't look like, I don't see anybody moving to punt the ball right here.
He's going for it. He may wait and call a timeout here. Let's see. They're going to have to get a play in because there's 20 seconds to go.
Like you said, he may be going to wait and call a timeout. Can't take them with you, so you might as well use them.
Well, they're going to have to hustle. They just called one. They're going to have to hustle.
And there's your timeout.
Yeah. So the Vikings take a timeout. Trying to think what they're going to do. I think you have to punt here.
I agree with you. We'll see. I don't see a lot of movement on the sideline.
Yeah, Jeff, the Ironman's starting to play well down there. See how they do tonight. My granddaughter's cheering down there today, Jeff.
Oh, boy.
Jeff put a throwback picture to you and I for the...
I did see that, yes.
Today.
We haven't changed a whole lot over the years.
Well,
I've lost a little bit more hair than you have, but other than that, no.
Yeah, it's just I just eat a lot more than I used to.
Me too.
It's fun. We've earned that right.
We have.
We've earned that right.
We have. You were talking about there weren't any Foxes on the roster for them. Now, my son-in-law's named Fox, but he's at Quarterhorse Congress. I know where he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell you what, they got the Laytons out there. There's some big boys. Caleb Layton, 6'3", 210, and the other Layton, 6'6", 190. Is that right? 6'2".
And he's going to try to throw it. He's got all kind of pressure.
Receiver deep. And it's
look there!
Oh my goodness! It goes off a Nelsonville defensive back.
Tipped into the hands of Lane Haber.
Yes, sir.
6 points, baby. 19-6 at the 3:37 mark of the second quarter. Let's give it up on that play.
And what do you always tell your defensive backs? Don't try to catch it, knock it down.
Jeff, you also bring up that play I had 50 years ago where I cost us a game against Athens. There it was right there.
That was it right there.
That was it. Now, Fogg needs to roll in. The Fogg did not roll in time for me, but that was a great play.
Yes, it was. Kudos for the Nelsonville player for trying to get it away from the receiver, but it just bounced off of him.
Haber's got great hands. The Vikings are in that simple center play right now, so they're going to go for 2, and they're not going to get it.
That's not going to work.
So the Vikings don't get it, but they did get 6 and make it 19-6 at the 3:37 mark of the second quarter. They got to kick off and get a hold here.
Yes, they do.
And
Can't let Nelsonville get another score
they
here.
can score pretty quickly, so they got to make sure
They got plenty of time, that's for sure.
Yeah. What a game! What a play, man!
Sometimes luck works into it, and this was one of those times.
Yeah, what a play! What a play! And just what a great effort by Habern to stay with it.
Yeah,
the defensive back, as you said, Jeff, did do a nice play.
Oh, yeah, he had his hands all over it, and it just bounced away from him, and Habern picked it up, or took it out of the air and scored.
Now, Marcus, will he try a onside kick here? I could see it.
I could too.
I'm not sure I want to kick to these guys, but on the other hand, I don't want to give them a short field either.
Does the kicking team look different? Maybe.
No.
Well,
Gregory's in there.
Yeah, maybe a little.
You keep an eye on Tully, Gregory, Thacker on this. And Coop will kick. They are expecting some of that because they don't have anybody deep. They have 5, 10 people up, or 9 people up, 2 deep.
2 back.
So they're expecting some tomfoolery, some chicanery, some foolishness, shenanigans, Jeff. What else?
Shenanigans would be the one right here.
I read the thesaurus before I came today.
You did well. I'm sorry you didn't get your nap, though. That worries me a little.
Well, I did not. I got about a 15-minute nap.
That doesn't count. That's just like that's like a half a cup of coffee.
Yeah, it is. But I'll get plenty tonight. I'm batching it this weekend.
Here we go.
Should have a lot of sleep time. I have many chores I'm supposed to do, but they may not get done. And
it is a squibber.
There's a squibber, and it's going to be picked up by Nelsonville on about the 24.
He's got a lane, or he had one for just a second. That's over.
That was Walker Stone. Stone is a sophomore. Remember a lot of these guys, Jess, from the Hocking Valley Basketball League.
Yes. So Nelsonville will take over on their own 29-yard line, leading 19-6.
Biggest possession of the game right here because they have to get a stop.
Yeah, for both teams.
Well, Nelsonville doesn't. Vinton needs to get a stop. It would be great for Nelsonville if they could, but they don't need one because they're up. They get the ball back, right?
Yes. Want to squelch the momentum of the Vikings if you're Nelsonville. He's got a receiver again, but he's a little short.
That's the first ball he's not been right on the money.
So that'll make it 2nd and 10. Vikings trail 19-6.
Nelsonville, I've always felt, Jeff, since you and I have been broadcasting, one of our first games was there about 35 years ago on the slanted roof with the rain
and the wooden step ladder to get up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've always been a team that's been ahead of the time in terms of play action, passing, and passing. It's just not most teams in Southern Ohio basically running. These guys have always been ahead of their times. There's a little pass out in the flat.
Got blockers in front of him. He slipped.
Or he would have had a little nice gain there. But the Vikings do a good job breaking down, making a tackle. And that was Habern again.
It's going to make it 3rd and 5.
They got, I believe Lindner's playing. No, that's Oosley.
That's Oosley, yeah.
So a 3rd and 5. Vikings need to get a stop here, force a punt. And rolls out the pass. He misses.
Somebody didn't pay attention.
So we'll see. And he went down hard.
Yeah, they hammered him pretty good.
He got hit hard. And
he's getting up slowly, but he's getting up.
The person who hit him was Luke Dimmel. Was it Luke? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I think so. So they are. This would be. Is
no,
this
that
their
was Ramsey.
First?
Ramsey hit him.
Is this their first punt of the game?
If they punt, I think they will. It is their first punt. The Vikings here can do a little damage. They'll drop back.
Habern.
and Leicester. So Nelsonville will punt, we think.
Looks like it.
All the time.
Plenty of time to kick it. Kind of line drived it.
Hoyt came in. The Vikings need to get away from that thing. And they kick it all the way down
out to the 20.
Now, will the Vikings be content, Jeff, to try to run the clock out, or they try to get a score?
You know Marcus better than that.
He's going to try to get a score.
Exactly. He's not going to be content, no.
No, I mean, you have nothing to lose by going for it, honestly.
Just don't make a mistake.
Score is 19-6, 2:41 mark to go of the second quarter. Bob Wheeler, Jeff Thacker, Lugs Harold, Tim McManus here on 98.7 WYRO. What is that, Jeff? Classic rock, right? Classic rock?
Yes, I think.
And Moore is going to go back to pass. He's going to throw the ball in the flat, and it is caught and immediately drilled. You got to get out of bounds on that.
Yes. Not doing yourself any favors there. Gain of about 5, going to make it 2nd and 5.
That was Montgomery, I think, on the catch. But Jeff, you want to get if you're going to make the playoffs, you want to try to get 2 and not have to go. You did not want to go to up north, the teams we talked about.
No.
No. So here we go. Moore, 2nd and 5. He's going to run.
He's going to run. He's going to get shut down, too.
No, he got a first down, Jeff.
Yes, he did.
Nice run by Jace.
So they'll stop the clock until they get the chain set, and then they'll wind it.
Very good sportsmanship, Jeff, being shown.
Yeah, they're picking each other up and everything.
Jaron Layton with the nice tackle right there. I'd like to send a shout-out to John McGee, who sent us some food up here. And we sent courier Randy Hoagland. Randy can scoot.
Yes,
for a guy who's in his 60s. Randy can still
he can
move.
Go. There's the snap.
Jay does a little pump and go, but he
got hammered after the pump.
Oh, yeah, after the pump.
Before the go.
Yeah, he had no chance to get to the go because he got drilled. He did a pump and go to Montgomery, and Vikings did not give him enough time to get
Now Nelsonville takes a timeout. They're thinking they're going to get the ball back.
And clearly Nelsonville has more of a quick strike offense.
Oh, yes.
Than most teams that we've seen, and so Vikings coaching staff's done a good job with this team. They lost an awful lot from last year, and
they're from what you and I know, they're going to lose some size this year.
Yeah, the Vikings are, and they. Marcus says they'll replace them. They got some skill guys still.
Yeah, they're still going to have some skill, and they've got some size still that it's at the varsity level now, but not. I mean, they've got interchangeable parts right now. I don't know that they're going to have that.
They're pretty deep in the lines. What you're saying,
yes.
Right? Yeah. Jeff, it's been a pleasure to do this all these years. This is the first game we ever did, a Nelsonville game with. What was the gentleman's name?
Didn't we have Jim Sollers?
Jim Sollers.
And I was a stat man way back then.
Yeah. I remember going up on that roof, Jeff.
I do, too.
I was terrified.
I remember it well.
Moore goes back to pass
again.
Oh, there's those screen pass. That's out to Lester. Lester is at the 30. Lester takes it out. There's a
the ball's out.
The ball's loose. And we got it.
There's a timeout.
It was Max McDonald on the recovery. Or excuse me, that was number 11, Madison on the recovery. So, Nelsonville takes another timeout, Jeff?
Yes, they did.
So
it's going to be 3rd and 11.
We've got some yardage back. They got to get I don't know what their 3rd and 11 play is. That was a nicely set up play right
What's that one you want him to call all the time in the coaches' meeting?
32 bootleg. Right now would be a 33 bootleg. You fake a fullback off the 3-hole, which would be between the center and the left guard, and then you take it right. I remember Jeff once telling a youth football team, all right, this is the 8, 6, 4, 2, 3, 5 hole.
Yeah.
And so the easy way to remember it is even numbers on the right side, odd on the left. And I think it was River Hayes said, Coach, I'm only in 1st grade. I don't know the difference between odd and even. And I realized then I just got to say,
you're just ahead of yourself.
You go off this guy's shoulder, and that's the 2-hole.
Is that why you bought that mat that when I helped you that year so we could see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that.
River set me straight. He set me free. And there goes a pass out to the flat. There's Moore. Oh, a beautiful pass
And that's
by
a
Moore.
first
That's
down.
a first down. And that was to, who was that? That was Madison again. So Madison has turned into just a stellar receiver for the Vikings. So a first down. Great job by Moore rolling out a great, curl pattern, little button hook right there. So Vikings have 55 seconds to go, and they just don't need a mistake right here. Moore goes
He's
back.
going to throw it again.
And it's caught again.
Oh, no, that's out.
And
jarred that one loose.
Yeah, there's some hitting going on.
Yes, there is.
Well, you got a chance to load up when you have these guys.
So that's going to make it 2nd and 10. Vikings trail 19-6.
From their own 44. Vikings scored on a tipped pass that went right into the hands of receiver Lane Hayward. And the Vikings will send 3 guys to the right. That was just going to be 4, but Lester comes back. A tight end they could probably use in one of these. And there's a fumble, and Nelsonville gets the ball.
Nelsonville's got the ball, and they got time, Bob.
Nelsonville has how many timeouts, boys? One.
How much time's on the clock?
How much time's on the clock is 44 seconds.
They're pretty quick striking.
Yeah, Nelsonville, they got a field goal kicker.
He's going to throw it. You know that.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's impressive. So Rusty Richards, former quarterback himself, I believe, at Trumbull, will call the play in.
Another thing with Nelsonville that we've talked about with Marcus, consistency at the coaching level.
Yeah, exactly, and that's we had.
They had, 4 coaches in all the time you and I have been around?
I think we touched on that earlier, but you're exactly right, Jeff, and that's Boston, and a Meade, and I think so. That's where we're at.
Yep. Well, everybody in the place knows he's going to throw it, so let's see what happens. He's going to throw it.
He's got a receiver. Oh, almost picked off. He goes 360. That could easily have been caught. And the Nelsonville receiver says there was interference. Who went 360 on that? That looked like that was Madison.
I think it was. Madison's on everywhere right now.
That was not Madison. That was Cole Usley went 360.
Looks like he might have knocked the breath out of himself a little bit.
You can't hurt Cole Dog. You can't hurt the Cole Dog. He's hurting, but that was a great play by Cole Usley. The 14-year-old freshman started the season as a 13-year-old freshman.
Against one of the top receivers around.
Right, hoops.
I think they're going to make him come out. They are. They're going to make him come out.
I think
it's a good move.
Great officiating move because he was hurting, and Montgomery will come in for him. Pretty good buddies, those two. I took them. They went with me on a lot of road trips for basketball. Pretty interesting, pretty fun kids. And going back will be Sullivan. Sullivan will go back.
Time again.
And
there's a
hold, and that's a fumble, but we don't get it. So there's going to be a hold.
It's going to be a hold back here.
We got 2 holds. Oh, it's a chop block.
So that's going to move them back. So now let's see if they just don't take a knee and get out of here with the first half.
I don't think so. Not with 31 seconds to go, and I think they'll take at least one shot.
One shot, yeah. He's not having the time to throw the ball that he had earlier.
No, and I think the Vikings defensive backs are doing a little bit better job, and that Usley play was phenomenal.
Oh, yes.
Went straight out. Gregory's going to come in.
So that's going to move him back to the if they ever put the ball down, we'll know. To the 49, 48. Well, we're still going backwards. Make it to 46, 47.
Yeah, that thing's going back quite a ways, Jeffrey. And he's under center now, so you might be right, Jeff. They're going to do a little delayed draw play, and it goes
Everybody's
nowhere.
waiting on him.
I don't think they'll call a timeout.
Yeah, I don't think so. That was...
Do we have any timeouts?
No, I don't think so.
We have 3. I don't think we'll call one. 12, 11 seconds. That'll be the last
That'll
play.
Be it right there, I think.
Everybody just watching the clock. So that'll be the last play of the quarter. And at the end of the first half, it is Nelsonville 19, Vinton County 6. We'll be back in about, I don't know how many minutes.
They've got that show and stuff, so we'll be back with
6
about
minutes.
4 minutes left before third quarter action.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we can just come on in. Yeah, just come right on in. Go tell Raj.
Viking fans of all ages, may I direct your attention to center field. Under the direction of Avery Mansfield, Associate Director Will Ruff and Mason Houston, Public Art Instructor Court Harper, and Field Commander Lexus, would proudly present 24th Vinton County Marching Vikings! Tonight we're celebrating our seniors. Please welcome Alexis Sheets, Ron Green, David Bone, Emily Snyder, as the band plays One Direction's Night Changes. Now we will feature our senior guard members as the band plays Nicki Minaj, The Night is Still Young. Please welcome Brindley Speakman, Alan Neer, Cadence Barnett, Cassidy Wood, and Majorette Maddie Zimmerman.
It's a mini pro. So this is the same one as our second one. The first one we had was a little smaller. Yeah, so this is what I was using last year at graduation. The same setup. Now we're using it
Sorry. Now we will feature our senior guard members as the band plays Nicki Minaj, The Night is Still Young. Please welcome Brindley Speakman, Allie Neer, Cadence Barnett, Cassidy Wood, and Majorette Maddie Zimmerman. Now hope this beat because it's 199 degrees when the marching Vikings play. Hot do go. for your attention and applause. We are the 2024 Vinton County Marching
Back on live here. I was saying back on record, thinking of my other job. But the Vikings trail at half, 19-6, and they will. I think Nelsonville will receive to start the second half. So
Buckeyes back out on the field. I can't see the other end, Bob. Are they? Is the Vikings out?
Vikings are out. Yes.
Okay.
Sir. Yes,
so we might get started on time.
Yeah. Sorry, I was still back in court mode. Back on record here. So had quite a few of them today. Moore's warming up, and hopefully it'll be all right. Cleveland Guardians score. Shockingly, they're down 2-1 and gave up a homer in the first inning to Soto.
Just don't pitch to him.
Don't pitch to him or Judd. All right. So, the Vikings got to get another stop, Jeff.
Yes, they do, definitely.
You got to leave them lights on.
It's got a little bit warmer in here, Jeff, as Jeff has turned on the heat for us.
Well, Timmy actually turned on the heat. We just had to do a little instructions.
Close the window.
On how to turn on the heat.
Yeah.
So obviously when the game's over and my wife comes in here and says, "You were in the heat, I'm sitting out here freezing," it'll be that all over again. Yeah. We used to do that with your wife, but
yeah.
I don't think she's here tonight, is she? No, she's out of town.
She's watching the Jackson game tonight.
Oh, okay.
My granddaughter's cheering at Jackson, so. And my nephew plays for Jackson. So.
Grandpa Bob's going to be in trouble for not being there.
Well,
that's the way it goes.
I understand. They got a game Monday and flag football Tuesday. If they win, if they win that one Wednesday, so I'll be there.
And Wednesday you'll be with me.
Maybe not if they're in a championship. I'm not.
Well, just make sure you call me and tell me so I can get one of your 2 subs in.
I will take care of that, Jeff. Even though when you said you were out of town, and
no, I did not say I was out of town. I said I could not have lunch.
Going to have lunch with me. I go in, and you're not eating lunch with me. You're eating lunch with your wife. So you chose your wife over me, Jeff.
That's probably the wisest move I've made this week.
The Vikings will kick off, and they're looking like they're struggling to get a little personnel on the field, but they figured it out.
And we were wrong. Nelsonville will get first possession.
Oh, no, we were right. That's what we said.
Oh, I thought we said Vikings would get first possession.
They'll get first possession because we were worried about them scoring earlier. And I don't know what you do with these guys. You don't want to kick it to their backs. You might want to try to squib it, but then you give them great field position with their offense. Vikings did a much better job, Jeff, in the last 2 possessions of Nelsonville to get more pressure on the quarterback.
Yes, they did.
Nelsonville, for a much smaller school than Vinton, has a lot of kids out.
They do. And they always have had.
Yes.
I can't remember a time when their numbers were down.
No. And so kicking off will be Cooper Habern.
Right now, I think we're talking. I don't know what we're talking about. But we're taking our good old sweet time. Both teams are lined up.
Getting the clock set.
Oh, we're getting the clock set. Okay.
Running down. Cooper going to try to go to Ohio State at Wooster and do stuff with animals there.
Large animals, he said. Did he not?
Yes.
I thought so.
Another guy, very articulate when we spoke to him. Oh, the Yankees are now up 3-1.
Oh, my.
Jeff, you
live and die.
I know. Die with the Guardians, and I've died 1,000 deaths with the Browns, and maybe just 2,000 or maybe just 500 with the Guardians over the years.
Yeah. Then you got the Cavs.
Yeah, they'll be all right. They'll be okay. Baseball, it just seems like no one scores unless it's by a homer now.
Yeah. That's why those guys make the big bucks. They can crank it out of the stadium.
Singles hitters drive smaller cars, and home run hitters drive caddies.
There you go. Well, probably Mercedes now.
Yeah. I think that quote was to Jimmy Fox.
Yep, I think you're right.
And kicking off will be Cooper Habern. Third quarter ready to start. Nelsonville leads 19-6. Bob Gillow, Jeff Thacker here on 98.7 WYRO.
Vikings are ready to go.
Cooper Habern to kick. Here comes the kick from Coop.
He squibbed it again.
And Vikings got a shot to get that one off, but it goes
out of bounds.
So it was tipped, so it'll be on the 40-yard line, and that's okay. That's okay right there.
Keeps them thinking on the kickoff.
Mm-hmm. So the Vikings will. That's 38-yard line. Pretty good spot. Oh, they move it up to the 40 now.
Yep, it's to the 40.
Field's in good shape, Jeff. We had that one torrential downpour.
Yeah, Marcus told us they had reseeded it and did all kind of things, so it looks really good.
Randy Grayman, when he was taking care of it, did a great job here.
Yes,
and
he did.
That just continued over the years.
I talked to Randy the other day. Good to see him. Hadn't seen him in a while.
I have not seen him in a while as well. I formation for the Buckeyes, and they're going to hand the ball
Second back.
off. The second back again, big hole. And
that's a first down.
That's a first down. Nice, hard running. They're getting 7 yards before anybody's touched them.
Yes, you're exactly right. Just doing kickouts and opening up a big hole, and there it is. Buckeyes going straight to the line this time, Bob.
Kind of like a pro handoff, Jeff. They go back, give it to the back about 7 yard deep, and he kind of picks where he's at. I think you have to get a guy off the field. Oh, he falls, so they're going to be.
Oh, he's got a bad leg.
And so a Viking falls trying to get off the field, and they're going to call a penalty as he fell, and that was nothing he could do, Jeff. He was sprinting to get off the field.
Yeah, they were trying to get him to fake the injury so they wouldn't get a penalty, but it didn't work.
He's too honest, Jeff. He's your grandson.
Yeah, he's my grandson. That ain't going to work. I cannot lie.
That's the minister coming out in you. So it's a 1st and 5 for Nelsonville. There wasn't anything he could do.
Nah, there was not. Late defensive call. Same play.
Gautier, it's
not quite the same result.
Walker Stone gets the first down, though. And they'll move the change. Nope, it's short.
No, that's short. Going to bring second and half a yard.
Good spot to throw the ball if you're Nelsonville right there. Jeff, is this being streamed on?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything home is streamed.
Good. Don't see the camera. That's why I'm wondering. Is it up top?
I think they're up top.
All right. I formation for Nelsonville. And he's going to go back.
He's going to throw it this time.
I thought it was a good call.
And he's got him wide open.
Very good
What
call.
an arm.
Very good call by Nelsonville. You could see it coming. I predicted it, and that pass was to Logan Meek, a senior.
And that's another score.
25-6. Very good call because it was a 2nd and 1, so why not?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they've had trouble making the extra point, kicking it. Let's see if they keep trying it because you got to playoffs. You got to have this.
You got to have a kicker. That's right. We learned that early on.
And we're going to try again. And this will be Logan Meek, who just caught the touchdown pass, kicking the extra point. Hold will be by Levi Snedden.
Yeah, 14.
And waiting on taking a while to get the snap off. And
there's the snap.
And that one's good.
There we go.
So they're 2 of 4, and they now lead 26-6 at the 10:50 mark. We staying right here, Jeff?
We're staying right here, Jeff.
All right. Vikings need to get a score and score early, Jeff.
Yes, they do, and quickly.
Yes. And we'll see how that goes. Guardians losing 3-1. We haven't got any scores on any other teams for a while. We'll see if we can get a couple of those. Vikings will receive. They'll put Habern back, and Lester will go with him, and Madison. Nelsonville tried a squibber last time.
Yes, they did. So did the Viking.
Got a big weekend planned, Jeff?
I've got a memorial service on Sunday. Have to sing Sunday night. Tomorrow, I think I've got people lined up to work on my mother's roof, if you really want to know the truth.
Oh, I was going to suggest a road trip, Jeff. I could go to lunch with you, but you probably won't go with me, so it's okay. And there's the kick, a little squibber.
That is another squibber.
Fielded by Madison. Madison had a nice return early in the game. He's been player of the game so far.
Yes, he has.
And he takes it out to about the 36-yard line. So the Vikings will have decent field position from their own 36, trailing 26-6 with 10:40 to go.
We'll have to call it hit of the game because we don't have a player of the game. We just have a hit.
Yeah, he's had a good hit on defense, and he's been scored He's made a couple catches and just done a good job all
Yes,
the way
he
around.
has.
Montgomery wearing the white shoes comes to the left side.
Billy White Shoes Johnson. Remember that?
I just remember Joe Namath having the white
Joe Namath. I remember that one too.
Moore goes back to pass. He's going to do a quarterback draw from there and gain.
He's not going very far.
Maybe back to the line. I remember Joe Namath after he took him to the Super Bowl, Jeff. I had to go see him play. My dad took me to see him play. He then went later on in his career to the Rams, and that's who I saw him play.
Yes, he did go to the Rams.
Got somebody call and said, Jeff, they like listening to us on radio. We appreciate that.
We do.
We do. We like doing it. It's good. And the Vikings will get the ball. There's
Got somebody leaving the field.
Taking their time.
Yeah, well, if you're hurt, you don't run.
And so Nelsonville trying to get people in the position here. Colton Bookman came off.
There's a little swing pass.
That is Lester.
Oh, big tackle.
Big tackle. Big time tackle. They're pretty fundamental, Jeff.
Yeah, that was number 8 with a very nice breakdown tackle.
Yeah, he's had a really nice game for the Buckeyes.
So they gain 2, going to make it 3rd and 8 for the Vikings.
Some big boys, Jeff, on Nelson.
Yes, there are.
Vikings aren't small.
No. It's probably the biggest offensive and defensive line we've had in a while.
Yes, it is. Moore will go back to pass another quarterback draw, and he
is hit at the line.
Ridden down. That was Caden McWilliams tackling Jace Moore.
Nobody fooling anybody right now on the Vikings.
That'll be a 4th down for the Vikings, and 8. They got it punt here.
And they are.
Never know with the Vikes. They like that big punt.
Nothing would surprise me out of Marcus. He's a gambler.
You know, you're down 26-7. Why not?
Watch for a direct snap right here.
And there.
Now he is going to kick it this time. Oh, didn't kick it much. That might have been touched.
That had a craziest spin on it, and it looked like I don't know what that looked like.
Looked like a dead duck.
Yeah, it was spinning, and that punt went
10 yards.
Yeah, it went 10 yards. He's had a great season punting. That one just.
I'm not sure he kicked it. I think 5 kicked it. That's Hayburn.
Kicked it? That was Hayburn kicked it.
Yeah, Hayburn kicked it. Watch right here. This would be a good time for him to throw that bomb again.
Well, and he's going to throw a little pass out in the flat.
He's got blockers. Man, he's shifty.
Yeah, that is.
He's still going.
That is Walker Stone. Stone got the air and.
Should have gained 3, and looks like he gained 8. And that make it 6.
A lot of weapons on this team. A lot of weapons, Jeff. So it's a 2nd and 5 from the Viking 45. Nelsonville leads 26-6 with 8:42 to go. And that play right there sets up a pump and
for this right here, yes.
So they could try that right now, but they don't.
Not going to.
Hand the ball. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
3 or 2.
Another pretty good passing situation here if they want to. Like the way they just go to the line. Vikings do a pretty good job of that as well.
Demo and Thacker in on the tackle.
Good to see Thacker back. Try to get some more scores from Nate if he's listening. He's probably bummed about the Indians. And quarterback keeps it. That's Sullivan, and he got it.
Yes. From that spot, he got it.
Yeah. Well, so a 1st down for the Buckeyes.
Mark that one at the 38.5-yard line of the Vikings.
Very easy jerseys to pick up numbers for Nelsonville. Ours are a little tougher.
Ours get harder as the evening progresses. Yes.
So Nelsonville will have a 1st and 10 from R41. They lead 26-6, 7:34 to go.
Little swing pass. Here this comes. Blockers everywhere.
That was a catch.
He's still going.
Holden Hodgkins with that catch.
Give him
Tackle made by Lester.
maybe another first down. I'm looking. Yep, another first down, Bob. So now 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes from the Viking 30-yard line. They lead 26-6.
Nelsonville lost to Waterford, who there might be some interesting news coming out about that shortly. About next year for us.
He's got him.
Oh, nice
man,
job
look
by
at
the
there.
Vikings. In a sack by Lester. Lester gets the sack, a little help from Dimmel.
Dimmel's in there.
And Thacker.
And Thacker's in there. Those three, we seem to call their name a lot when we use the word sack.
Thacker's a sophomore, and we'll lose Dimmel, and Dimmel's had a great career here as well as Lester.
I'm anxious because I know we'll talk to Dimmel next week on the Coach's Show. I want to know what the touchdown dance is called.
Anything he wants it to be called when you've had three of them.
I'm sure there's a name out there floating around somewhere. I want to know what it's
Got to
called.
get the rock. Tell him we've been telling him he's got to give him the rock.
Yes, we have. Uh-oh.
Nelsonville
Timeout,
takes
Nelsonville.
timeout.
I think the play clock was running out on him.
And they have a 2nd and 20, and they'll have the ball on our 40, 6:19 to go. Third quarter, Nelsonville leads 26-6. Vikings have played a good, solid game, Jeff. This is a pretty good football team that we're seeing.
It really is. It really is.
Jeff, what do you think's been the best team we've seen all year? I mean, I would probably go with Unioto. Now, we saw them early, so.
And they've done nothing but get better.
What do you think?
I would say Unioto. Athens probably a real close second.
This team right here.
Yeah, this team right here.
Athens still undefeated. No, I got to sit here and tell you, Athens has it going on. I mean, their girls cross-country team ranked number 2 in the state, a legitimate chance to win. I love running. Never seen anything like it, their girls team. Unbelievable. At the first 5 places, they were like, then they had like 10 through 20. They were unbelievable. And then girls basketball, every note, they didn't lose any seniors. They're back. Football team's good. They got it going on.
They do. So 2nd and 20.
The receiver on this side struggling, Inman, to get the call. Still doesn't know what it is. So I think somebody's going to come and run out and tell him. And they got 15 seconds to get it off.
Deep drop.
And they throw a bomb. And there could be a pass interference there.
He didn't call it. Wow.
Call it.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like that might have been right there, but they didn't call it.
Usually when the jersey comes out from amongst the body, there's pass interference, but they didn't call that one.
And Sullivan, he got hung up, so the ball was like 10 yards over him, but he got kind of stopped in his tracks.
Yeah.
3rd and 20. So we'll see what Nelsonville does. The one back that they still have in the backfield is Dakota Cunningham. They move Walter Stone and Gaudier out to this side.
There's a flag.
Been more penalties in this game.
Yes, there have. And you didn't get to hear the stats. First half stats, Vikings with 0 penalties.
That's good. That's a delay of game on Nelsonville. For a team that's getting the balls off, getting his plays off very early, they've struggled with that in the second half. Right? Yeah. Struggling with that, Jeff.
Yes, they are. So 3rd and 25. I don't know if there's a play in the book for that or not.
Well,
here it is.
Oh, good.
Oh, my.
That was.
I'm not sure if they hit him or he hit them, but
it's going to bring up a 4th. Now, will they go for it? Right
I think
here?
they will.
I think they will too. They have the ball a 4th, and it's 20-some yards.
Nope, they're not going to go. Quarterback's going off the field.
The Vikings might as well come for this. I would come for this. What about you, Jeff?
I think I would too. They haven't been close all evening, but you never know. Nice snap.
Beautiful punt. Oh, they roughed the punter.
Yep.
They roughed the punter.
So Vikings are going to, doesn't matter what happened on the other end of the field, it's going to be Buckeye ball.
He got the ball down to inside the end zone, so that kick went like 58 yards, but it'll be a roughing the kicker, and Nelsonville will retain possession.
Yeah, that'll be the big one. That won't be just, that'll be what, 15?
And Jeff jinxed them by saying we hadn't had a penalty.
Yeah, there we are.
Totally your fault, Jeff.
Yeah, probably.
Luke Dimmel asking for an explanation as to what happened.
It's called you can't knock that guy down. That's the explanation. So it will be Buckeye ball on the 27 of Vinton County, 1st and 10.
Right.
Wow, what a big penalty.
That was a big penalty. I formation, handoff goes to, he's going to
score.
He is going to score. And Jeff, he just
sidestepped people.
In, and that was Austin Gautier again. Yeah, that was too easy.
He might be the best back we've seen.
It was right there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
The kid from
and he's a junior.
The kid from Portsmouth Northwest was pretty good.
Yes.
And Gautier is a junior, 5'8", 165 is what I have him as, if I'm reading that line correctly.
He's got a bunch of moves, that's for sure.
32-6. Yeah, he might be a little bigger than that. 32-6. So they'll kick again. And this will be Logan Meek, who caught a touchdown earlier.
And kicked the last successful point at PAT.
So Logan Meek. Take a while to get.
And they do take a while.
There's a snap, and it is blocked. Oh, the Vikings, can they?
No, they can't advance.
Can in the pros. If that was in the pros, you'd be getting 2 points.
Yeah.
I think that block was by Thacker.
32. He's on the right. 32.
So Nelsonville will kick off. Vikings need to get something going, Jeff.
Yes, they do.
Need to get it going. Garth Fry having some arguments with the official, or not arguments, words. Nelsonville will kick off. Vikings still in their huddle. Nelsonville's ready to go.
So now the Vikings take the field. Defense is starting to look a little tired, Bob.
Well, they've been out there a long time.
Yes, they have.
They have been. Offense has not been able to get a whole lot going.
Did I hear, Timmy, did they have negative rushing yards, the Vikings?
-7.
-7.
And how often is that? Because the Vikings some games have 500 yards. They're -7.
2 200-yard rushers in games going by, and now they're -7.
We got 86 total yards.
How much?
86 total.
That means we have 93 passing then.
Yeah.
93 passing yards, -7 rushing, which is unheard of for us.
Unheard of.
Well, Nelsonville's defense is a real deal. And there's a kick.
And that's not a squibber this time.
That is Madison.
That's Madison.
Madison is showing a lot of moves out there,
Yes,
Jeff.
he is.
Takes another nice return by Brandon.
Gonna
Vikings
mark
come
him
out in the field.
down. I'm looking. At the 39, 38.
Right. The Vikings trail 32-6. 5:39 to go third quarter. Bob Grillo, Jeff Thacker, Tim McManus, Lugs Harold, Randy Hogan here on 98.7 WYRO. Again, good crowd here on senior night. And the Vikings will go from a passing formation, but hand the ball.
That's Habron, isn't it?
And that's the best run of the night for the Vikings as they get about a 12-yard carry. That'll put them positive now.
Yeah. That wasn't
5
Habron.
yards.
That was Lester.
Lester's had a really good career here, too.
Yes, he has.
He goes to Buckeye Hills, and had a great career, and particularly on the defensive end. Came in last year offensively. This year also ran the ball well, got switched to quarterback one game.
That's when Moore got hurt that one evening.
Athens, I believe.
Yes.
I was out that game as well. And you did that one, right?
No, actually, Brian and Joey did that game.
And there's that little cross buck,
deal.
and that's Haber, and the Vikings starting to get a little yardage on the ground. So they're positive now.
I'm trying to look. Has Nelsonville made some substitutions, Bob?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Be a little early.
They probably won't, not till the 4th. Vikings get a score here, they might not either, because Vikings down 26, but Moore brings the play in. Probably like to see a little more pep as they're down 26.
Yeah, little pep in their step.
Well, I think they're just trying to make sure they get a score here. And there's a
reverse, and the ball's on the ground.
So they're going to lose some yardage, and that's their captain, Brendan Tomlin, who made that play.
6'3", 270, Timmy said.
He's
big boy.
Yeah, he is. Marcus was talking about him in our show Wednesday.
It's going to make it 3rd and 6. Vikings back to the line quickly.
Yes. Moore gets it. Going to throw it.
Maybe not.
He may. Somehow he gets some yardage, almost a first down. Good job.
That'll depend on the spot. That is a first down.
Well, wasn't a first down, and then the Nelsonville tackler knocked him
forward. That always helps.
Yeah. Roger Hauk, you can hear the PA, does a great job here. Montgomery goes right. Madison goes to the slot. Thacker the tight end. 2 backs in the backfield, Lester and Habern. Moore hands the ball off. That's Lester. Good
hard running, but it gets hammered at the 35.
That was a Walker Stone.
It's going to make it
2nd and 7. Moore gets the play from Antonio Mendez, who's done a great job calling plays this year.
Vikings has got an advantage right now. They got 2 receivers and only 1 guy guarding them.
Well, they do.
Yeah. Now he's going to sneak out. No, he's not.
Habern gets the ball down to about the 27. Tackle made by number 10, Austin Gaudier. You know, if we say Gaudier or Stone,
we're going to be
right.
A
pretty good chance.
About 80% of the time.
Or Tomlin, you're going to be right about 90%. They've had all three have had wonderful games.
Yes, they have.
For the Buckeyes. Handoff again, Habern.
Not this time.
Runs into a brick wall. The Buckeyes.
Awful lot of time on this drive, Bob, to be down.
So getting a couple scoring updates on the Guardians. So have had some chances to score, haven't got it done. Losing 3-1. And there's Lester going to the right side.
That's going to get strung out.
And there's a hold. And he did his best to try to cut it back up, but Nelsonville.
Too many people.
Great job of shedding blockers, Jeff.
That's going to be a hold on us. That's going to move us back 10 unless they decline it.
Buckeyes, the Vikings, Jeff, just seem to get down there and just keep shooting themselves.
Shoot yourselves in the foot.
We talked about this. They're not in red zone territory, but they're close. And Marcus said we worked on it all week, 2 weeks ago, and they did much better at it with River Valley.
So that's going to make it 2nd and 20 at least.
Not a good situation for us generally. Montgomery comes out here. He's guarded by Hodgson. And Moore is going to.
He's running out of time.
Incomplete or caught?
I can't tell. Caught.
caught. Nice catch.
Don't know who caught it, but there it was. Is that Montgomery?
No, Montgomery was on this side. That was
Okay.
probably Madison.
Can't tell. Yeah, you're right.
Madison and Montgomery usually go opposite spots. It's 2:08 to go, third quarter, 32-6, Vikings trail. We try to give the score, just for what it's worth, as much as we can.
We do.
And sometimes people say we don't give the score. I think they turn in and think, hey, they haven't given the score yet. But we do give the score quite a bit.
Trips our way.
And they're going to run a handoff.
There's a flag.
There's going to be a penalty on us. That'll be a false start, so we continue.
It's going to be offsides, I think.
We continue to. It'll be on them. It'll be on them.
Yep. So instead of 3rd and 14, it's going to be 3rd and 9. Little easier play to call.
Yeah.
And you got 2 downs. You're going to go for it down here.
Absolutely. You don't need to get all back in the first one.
Looks like they're going to run the same formation. Trips our side. I don't know if they're going to run the same play.
Vikings trail by a score of 32-6. Moore goes back to pass. Passes it out to Lester. Lester breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackle.
Big pancake block.
And Lester does score.
No.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, he does. A great block, Jeff. I'm not sure who got that.
I don't either, but he pancaked a guy.
Yeah. So the Vikings now make it 32-12.
Will they go for 2? I would think so.
I would think so. I would think so, too. Vikings bring Hunter Hoyt in. Don't know if the big guy's going back to fullback
He's going back to fullback. Get ready. Here it comes. They gave him the ball last time he was in at fullback. He is fullback.
I don't think he'll get the ball, but somebody's going to follow him.
They're going to hand him the ball. Here it comes. Get ready.
Don't think so. They're in a full house.
Yes, they are.
Woody Hayes stuff.
And he got the ball. And he did not get it. But he didn't get it.
That's okay. So, 32-12. And that's a good gesture. He's blocked. He's been a defensive lineman all year. That's a good gesture by Coach Games.
And he's a senior.
Mm-hmm.
So 32.
Fully expect an onside kick here.
Yes, 32-12. Why don't we take 30 seconds and we'll be back.
So the score, just so everybody knows, is 32-12.
And maybe we won't take 30 seconds. Go ahead.
We'll stay right here. 32-12. And
there's
One
the
of
30
best
seconds.
tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic.
the Vikings try an onside kick but don't get it. Nelsonville will get the ball on their own 42-yard line. Third quarter action, 32-12, about a minute 50 to go in the third.
Bob, I've never seen I don't think ever, on a kickoff, 3 officials all on the same side of the field, all exactly 5 yards apart.
Well, they're just they're close unit, close knit unit.
I don't know if it's because they were anticipating an onside kick. I don't know what it was, but I've never seen that.
It's been a well officiated ball.
It has been. They've done a great job.
There's been a lot of action in it, but it's been a well coached, or well officiated ball game. Well coached game by both teams as well. That heater feels pretty good in here, boys.
It does.
Although Timmy doesn't like it. He's going short sleeves. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. Lugs, what do you think?
The lid's still open, Timmy. It's like we've got a chimney going up because the lid's still open.
And there's a handoff.
Uh-oh.
That was Gaudier. I don't. How many yards has he got, number 10, for them? $80.
That's a first down, however many he's got.
Okay. 121.
On 15 carries.
Yeah, he's getting another one.
Yep, there he goes again.
And he's just. So he's a kid just hitting the holes and running hard. That was Lester going to tackle again. You got the Jeff? Does that drone ever flip you out there?
Nah. I just figure it's ET and he's phoning home.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 5.
Guardians got to run.
Hey, 3-2.
And there
it goes again.
That was Stone.
That was Stone.
Again.
And another first down.
Lester, another tackle. Lester's going to be definitely missed on the defensive end of the ball as well as offense. And got some big shoes to fill next year at running back. I think Drayden Tolley could be one of them. They got some kids coming up they're high on. Another Hayburn.
There's another Hayburn coming.
A Claire coming.
Yep.
I formation, Nelsonville, hand the ball. And there's Gaudier again, and he just gets another first down,
yes,
I believe,
sir.
Jeff. Close.
And again, he's not touched till he's 7 yards
There's a flag.
down the
There's
field.
a late flag, so that's probably going to be some sort of personal foul.
That's probably true.
That was after the play.
So let's see. It's against Nelsonville.
It's Nelsonville. That's something they don't want.
It's either a personal foul or a kick.
Dead ball foul.
Let's see what he says. Here he is. Personal foul. Nope. Yep. That's all I saw. Have no clue.
Just said personal.
Just said personal. That's all it was.
15-yard penalty. We'll move it back to the 40-yard line. That was a big break for the Vikings right there.
A couple of times the Buckeyes have shot themselves in the foot, Bob, when they've been on a good drive.
You can't do that being a playoff team. You just can't.
Yeah, 9th game of the season, those kind of mistakes don't need to be happening. Back under center. Blitz coming by the Vikings, and they run right through it.
And there's a tackle by Cole Ousley.
That's going to make it 2nd and 5. And that should be the end of the third quarter. So 32-12, Bob?
32-12, end of third quarter.
We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Iron City Implement at the corner of
get the first down. 3rd and 2 by Nelsonville. They get the first down. The previous play, good hit by Bowen Ward, but Nelsonville continues to march and use, more importantly for them,
the clock.
Yes. 32-12. Clock stopped there so they can move the chains. Vikings have to get a stop right here.
Buckeyes using every moment of the play clock that
Absolutely.
they can use. He's in the shotgun. Blitz by the Vikings.
And that's a handoff to their fullback.
They ran right into the blitz.
Not carried it much tonight. That is Dakota Cunningham. Jeff, they have a ton of guys back.
Yes, they do.
They're going to be pretty good again. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 11. He actually lost one there.
Ran right into the blitz.
And the score is 32-12. Just under 11 to go, 4th quarter. Vikings trail the Nellsonville-York Buckeyes. And they are, as Jeff said, they are milking the clock. Sullivan's doing a good job of that. And he's going back to pass. He throws a little bomb pass, and one of the first ones he's kind of...
Yeah, that one, I don't think he and the receiver were on the same page. That went left, and the receiver went right. So they're going to make it 3rd and 11. Might get a chance to see their field goal kicker if they get a little closer.
Well, he'd be the same guy as their kicker.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And it's a... Yeah, that's the thing teams down here I think sometimes struggle with a little bit when they get to the playoffs is the kicking game.
It is a kicking game. 2nd back, and he's got a big hole. He's still got a big hole. He's going to go.
And that kid is really good.
Yes,
Jeff.
he's a real deal.
That was Stone, and Stone and Gaudier, what a backfield those two got. And so they score, and that'll make it 38-12. So that's pretty impressive by Nelsonville. And they'll try another extra point, I believe. And the wide receiver switches to the kicking shoe. That's pretty reminiscent of what Ryan Cottle used to do. And Ryan Cottle did that. And
was it?
I think Kevin Cottle did the same thing.
Yeah.
They're switching kickers. It's going to be the quarterback, Cameron Sullivan, kicking this time. Straight on kicker. And it goes through.
Yes, it does.
So that makes it 39-12 at the 10:23 mark of the 4th quarter. The Vikings trail by 27.
So let's see what Coach Games got up his sleeve.
Well, I think they're... Oh, here's a big one. Waterford beat Trumbull 14-6. Waterford beat Nelsonville earlier in the year. And, Jeff, we probably shouldn't say what we learned the other day, or should we?
I think it's official. I don't know that we can or can't say it, but I think it's official, so we can.
All right, go ahead.
Well, if officially, unofficially, or unofficially, officially, instead of Uniota being our first game in football next year, they will be our 2nd game, and our first game will be with Waterford.
And Waterford has been a much smaller division, but a big
powerhouse. Yes.
So
no one's told us if it's here or there, but either way.
It's there, I think, is what we heard.
We will be changing the first game of the season next year to Waterford.
And so Nelsonville will kick, and they lead 39-12. And getting some glare from Red Thompson's computer down there.
His computer, there we go.
And the kick. We'll kick that one a little bit deep. And
Back takes it.
Yeah, he was going to take a knee, but why not just...
Changed his mind.
And down he goes. Was that Thacker?
I don't know. I'm looking. Yep, that was him.
That was Thacker. So the Vikings will have the ball.
Him and Lester are going to be tired boys in the morning.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So the Vikings here Jace Moore's had a pretty nice game for the Vikings. There's a little
reverse on this.
And I'll tell you what, they just
He's going to lose
a great job.
7 yards, 10 yards.
Jaron Layton playing a great game, just sniffed that out
sir.
and just delayed him getting around the edge. And Hayburn had nowhere to go and loses 7. So what's the Viking total yardage now, guys, for the game?
I don't know who scouts for Nelsonville, but they deserve a raise because they've done a wonderful job.
Huh? 138 yards. The score right now is 39-12, 9:42 to go. Nelsonville leads.
That's Lester.
Lester's following his blockers, running hard. Good job. And he gets quite a gain, gets about 12 of it back.
Yep, going to make it 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. Again, score 39-12, 9:18 mark of the fourth quarter. Vikings playing a pretty good football team right here.
Yes, they are.
I think I didn't get to see Athens, one of the 3 best we've seen all year. There's the little counterplay
There's that
to
counter
Haber.
again, and they see what's coming. It's amazing.
Will the Vikings punt here?
I don't know if they will. I don't think they're going to, but they probably should.
And Tolley's going to come in. Or he's coming over the scorer's table.
He's not coming
They
in.
are going to go. And why not? Why not, Jeff?
I can think of a couple reasons, but I agree with you.
If they don't get it, you get a short field. Nelsonville scores, and they're going to have a running clock. But why not go for it? Well, you might try to draw them off. Nope.
Nah, they're going to try to throw it.
Goes back to pass to Rose and is caught.
He did catch it, and he got a first down.
Nice throw by Jace.
Don't know who caught it.
To Montgomery. You can tell by the white shoe.
Oh, there we go.
The white
Josh
shoe.
White Shoes Montgomery.
Love coaching him, Jeff. He's a lot of fun.
He's a really good kid.
He's a very good kid. He quarterbacked for me and did a great job. I think he's look our offsides. They're offsides over here, Jeff.
They were. Nobody said anything.
Well, the line judge told him you're okay. So. Gain of about 4 on that carry.
You got to wonder, and I know you and I's physical and capabilities and non-capabilities. If at some point in time the referees are like, "I'll just go. It's cold, and I want to go to the house."
Exactly. 39-12, Nelsonville leads. 7:40 mark of the fourth quarter. Bob Grillo, Jeff Thacker, Tim McManus, Lugs Harrell here on 98.7 WYRO.
True fans know that success in football is all about tradition.
We have somehow
dedication,
gone
and
to a
loyalty.
commercial.
Those same qualities are
We
important to the
Yeah,
Lockwood Insurance Agency.
keep talking.
We care
We'll
about
keep
what's
talking.
important to you.
No
That's why
idea
we
how
look
we
to
got
help
there,
you
but
select
we
the right
did.
insurance for your needs. If you
And
want to protect your auto, home,
we'll keep
farm, or
talking in
business,
case we're
you want
not.
Lockwood Insurance on
Vikings
your
have
team.
a 3rd
Give us
and
a call,
5 here.
740-384-2020. We'll
And
help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best
Moore
companies.
brings the
Good
troops
luck
up
to
to the
all of our
line.
local area teams.
Handoff goes to Haber. He gets a first down for the Vikings. And that'll make it a 1st and 10. Just under 7 minutes to go. Vikings trying to punch it in. They have the ball on the Nelsonville 40. Starting to move the ball a little bit here. Moore just the only one in the backfield. Oh, and he does his thing. He gets a guy to jump. He's very good at it. Got one of the tackles to jump. So the Vikings will now have a 1st and 5. And that will be with 6:38 to go in the fourth quarter. So Vikings will have an empty backfield with Moore. They're going to do the same thing this time. Going to have 5 receivers in the game. No one to block for Jace. The line's going to have to hold up. They got a 4-man front for Nelsonville. The ball goes back to pass. Moore throws a bomb.
Oh, and he got hammered.
And it's intercepted.
Number 2.
If it's intercepted.
Oh, they called out of bounds.
And Jace did get hammered. There's a flag. There's just a flag well after Jace got hammered. I don't know what that was.
There is no way that they're going to call roughing the passer. That they are. No.
They're going to call.
They called roughing the passer.
Wow.
They did, and that was
2 minutes after the hit.
Oh man, that was
That's
late,
crazy.
They call an interception down here, but that's going to get negated by the roughing the passer, and that was a very, 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 very late flag. But
it almost looked like he was waiting to see if Chase got up before he called the penalty.
So 6:22 to go, fourth quarter. The Vikings trail 39-12 against Nelsonville.
Nelsonville now have 111 yards in penalties.
Nelsonville's 111 yards in penalty, and Rusty Richards can't be
pleased with that.
Going back to pass, more rolls to his left.
He's in big trouble.
And he just gets rid of it.
Number 40 again, put the pressure on it.
Nelsonville's just pinning their ears back now, Bob, and coming on every play.
Well, and that's tough on a quarterback.
Oh, sure.
And Montgomery will come to the left. Hayburn gets to play. Vikings are confused right now as to who's where.
Need to hurry.
No, they got time. They got 20 seconds. But they do need to hurry because they got to get some scores if they want to have any chance. You're right. Moore back to pass. Oh, unbelievable pass.
That should have been a hold.
It was a screen pass. It looked like Myles Garrett knocking it down and just missed a pick.
A defensive lineman's dream. I've got the ball in my hands, and he drops it.
Got that. If I was Jace Moore, I might have got out of the way because he's a big lad.
He could see the gold line.
And that's one thing.
Forgot one thing is the ball.
Jace has done a good job. He has not thrown very many interceptions.
No, he has not.
Very high percentage passer. Looked good all season long, Jace has.
And just a sophomore.
Yes. And there's a little handoff to Lester. And we gain about 2, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
He's got farther than
4th
that.
and 8.
Going to make it 4th and 6.
4th and 6. So Vikings in familiar territory for that.
Yeah, back in that Bermuda Triangle thing.
Yeah,
Let's hope we can keep all our toes this time.
Yes, sir. Vikings split out. Montgomery to this side. It's a 4th and 6. Madison goes in motion.
Trying to draw him.
Going back in motion.
He's coming back. He didn't like that side of the field. They changed the play.
I think. And they hand it off to Lester. And Lester.
He's not going to get that one. He might have.
He might have. Oh, no,
nope.
They're saying no.
Nope, caught him short.
He didn't waste any time with that.
Yeah, they did. Number 8 on the tackle.
So 1st and 10 for Nelsonville. From there, what yard line is that, Jeff? 16 maybe?
Man has a quick signal.
No, that was a quick signal that he didn't get it. I probably would have, if he wouldn't have done a quick signal, I would have probably asked for a measurement.
Yes, me and you both. Haven't put the ball down. There's a flag. No, that's a ball. Never mind.
Jeff, you're flag happy today.
Yeah, something.
5:13 to go in the fourth quarter. The Vikings trail 39-12. The game's been, Nelsonville can't be pleased with their penalties, got to be pleased with their offensive production.
Yes.
Vinton County's played a pretty mistake-free game. Probably not as happy with their offense.
Oh, my. There's a face mask and not called.
Nelsonville will probably keep it on the ground. What you don't want to have when you're definitely going to the playoffs is an injury to someone.
Right. I'm standing here, Bob, and you and I were here the first time this press box was ever used. And I'm going back lots of years. Do you remember the year that someone called the station to say we needed to open the windows because it was so stinking cold that we had them closed, and the person said they need to open the windows. We couldn't hear the crowd.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
That's been a day or two.
Yes, sir. And so Nelsonville in the I formation, hand the ball off.
10 again, nice tackle. I don't know who it was, but nice tackle.
So the Vikings will have a third down. They can hold him here. They'll get the ball back. Pretty good field position.
Was that Lester, Timmy? Okay, thought so.
Probably big hit of the game right there by Lester. What do you think, Jeff?
I think so.
So a 3rd and 9 for the Buckeyes.
Will he throw it?
I don't know. I would not risk it with my quarterback, but
He's had plenty of time most
had
of the
pretty good
evening.
protection for
Yeah.
him, but the game is completely in control. Why risk the injury?
True.
Vikings have all but one guy in the box.
And he's not
There's the
going to throw
handoff.
it. And he's not going to get it.
Nice tackle right there. And that was, shockingly, that's Lester again. Lester's just drilling people.
He is.
So Nelsonville will punt.
Now this one you'll come for.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean,
just you don't want to rough
you
the kicker.
gotta.
You had to rough the kicker.
Yeah, we did.
You're going to get good field position if you don't. So just don't make a mistake. 39-12, 3:15 to go in the game. Vikings trail fourth quarter.
Lester's back to receive. They're coming.
Why was he far off the ball?
It's the almost.
Oh, what a punt.
Almost another roughing the kicker again. Almost another roughing the kicker.
So Nelsonville down it at the Viking 45-yard line where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10. 2:55 left in your contest. Vikings trail 39-12.
You seldom see roughing the kickers in high school. Seldom. The Vikings will have, as Jeff said, 2:55 to try to get another score on the board. Now, if you're the Vikings, Jeff, and you are down 27, right? 27. Do you want to put it in the air because you got a big game next week, which also could have some play. If you win, you might still make the playoffs. You play your arch rival. Do you put the ball in the air and you hand it off? For this formation, it's a passing formation.
Yeah, they're going to throw it from here.
You got Lester back there. Let's see if he hands it to Lester. Gonna pass. Little pass out.
A little out in the flat.
That is Habern again.
And, you know, they've ran that play half a dozen times, and a half a dozen times there's been 5 defenders out there waiting on him to catch the ball.
He's definitely getting keyed on.
Yeah, they're knowing where Habern is at all times.
He's one of the best backs in the league. It has been for a while. So. And the scoreboard is off. It's back on.
Now it's back on. Yeah, don't turn that thing off. Let's go. Here.
The Vikings will have
And he's
2:18 to go.
I think he's going to throw from this formation too, Bob.
I think you're right.
Nope, Lester, opposite side. The guy had him.
He's ridden down.
The guy literally had a hold of him when he got the handoff.
Here's the Viking schedule for next year. This is courtesy of Brad Rose. At Waterford, at Uniota, pretty tough start. Trumbull at home, at Meigs. Athens at home, at Alexander. Northwest again, River Valley, at Nelsonville, and Wellston.
Oh, we get River Valley here?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And the Vikings are going to bring in Lester, or excuse me, that's going to be Danner. He's played tight end this year. 1:33 to go, Jeff. 39-12. Nelsonville-York leads fourth quarter. Moore goes back to pass. He's going to throw one up.
That's going to be intercepted.
And that is intercepted. And Nelsonville will intercept it. That was number 30, Colton Bookman. So they will probably knee it out here.
I would think so. I would say you'll see their JVs come out. What would you say?
I think you'll see your varsity kneeing it out. That's what I think.
Okay.
Too late to put the JVs in right now, Jeff, because Vikings have some timeouts, but I don't think they'll use any.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking is, as you mentioned earlier, Nelsonville's got a really big game next week.
Nelsonville has always done a good job of getting their young backs in. I can remember even the really good teams. They would play their freshmen just to get them some really game time situations.
Oh, yeah.
And here they are in the Neal situation with 1:22 to go. So what you don't want is any sort of injury here. And I don't think Nelsonville could be any tighter than they are in there. And not dropping anybody back, which is unusual in case there is a fumble. And they take the knee. Vikings don't hit anybody. So that'll take care of about 40 seconds. So one more.
Should pretty well do it.
Yeah.
Again, 39-12 will be your final score.
Right.
Buckeyes winning. Reminder, Bob and I will not be doing the game next week.
Hold on,
It
let me
will
move
be
this.
the Wellston crew.
You're good.
So, Bob, for football, this is done for us.
Well, maybe if we make the playoffs, we'll be doing one. So, making the playoffs with a 4-6 record, not unheard of.
Not unheard of.
If you make it.
Invite everybody to join us Wednesday night at 6:30 for the Viking Victory Hour. We'll have Coach Games, the other 5 seniors, boys and girls golf coach.
Coach K.
And Coach K.
So that'll be the game, I believe. So
looks like it. So, Bob, if you'll get the stats, we'll do that, and we'll get out of here for the evening. What do you think?
Right, when I get the stats, we'll get these done, and we appreciate Lugs and Timmy doing it.
We'll stay right here.
Lugs is bringing them over. You want to do them, Jeff, since you did
No,
them?
you go ahead.
Thank you, Lugs. Here, let me put them down here. All right, here's the stats for Nelsonville. Austin Gaudier had 162 yards rushing. One of the best backs we've seen all year. 7.7 yards to carry. Walker Stone, another great back, averaged 10.8. Landon Inman, 6 carries for 31 yards, 4.8. Cunningham, 4 carries for 10, 2.5. Quarterback had a phenomenal game, Jeff, for them. Sullivan, 8 for 15 passing for 181 yards, 2 touchdowns, only got sacked once. Logan Meeks had, Lugs, what do we do here? Logan Meeks had 2 catches for, 98 yards, 1 touchdown, thank you. And for the Vikings, Clayton Lester had 10 carries, 34 yards. Lane Hayward, 10 for 31. Jace Moore, 13 for 33. Moore was 9 for 14 passing, 1 reception, 71 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Receiving, Hayburn had 3 for 50, 1 touchdown reception. Clayton had 3 receptions for 33. Madison, 3 for 28. Montgomery, 2 for 12. Hayburn punted twice for 31.5-yard average. And kick returns, Madison did a nice job, 3 for 51. And for the team stats, we'll try to get those here. Team stats, Lugs is trying to teach an old guy how to use a computer, and it's working. The first down, 17-11 by Nelsonville. 40 carries for 261 yards, which is they outrushed the Vikings by 220 yards. Vikings 36 for 49. Passing yards, 181 to 123. And total offense, they had 55 plays for 442 yards. That's a lot. Vikings 53 for 172. And time of possession, again, the Vikings, as usual, led the time of possession, 25-09 to 22-51. Nelsonville just a little quicker scoring team. Third down conversions, they were 5 of 9. Vikings 4 of 13. Fourth downs, they were 0 for 1. Vikings 2 for 5. Red zone, again, Vikings bugaboo this year. Nelsonville was 3 for 3. The Vikings were 0 for 2. That's it, Jeff. Stat-wise.
That's it, Jeff. So next week, Vikings travel to Rocket territory, and again, the Rocket crew will take care of that. I'm sure Bob and I will be there, but the Rocket crew will take care of those things. Don't forget to join us for the Viking Victory Hour on Wednesday at 6:30. Again, we'll have Coach Games, the rest of his seniors. I think there's 5 left. Is that right, Bob?
That's right.
And then we will have boys and girls golf coaches and Coach K.
For full show.
That'll be a full show, but we'll get it all done. Have no fear. So for tonight, Bob Grillo, Jeff Thacker saying good night and God bless.